Good morning, 7th grade. So today we've got one more angle puzzle, and I'm hoping that we can read this pretty okay. Yeah, I think so. Um, so we've got this angle puzzle here, and then your assignment is 3 regular angle identification problems, and then a bigger angle problem like this, a bigger angle puzzle. And so if ever you're having trouble, or I'm going too fast, or you think that this is not feasible in the amount of time, please let me know, because I'm not there to actually interact with you. And so I'm not seeing the common struggles that are unique to your particular class. So please let me know if there's anything else that we need. All right, so looking at this one, there we go. That's really helpful. There are, 10 missing angles. And that's okay. It can be overwhelming to see a bunch of different stuff like this, but we have everything that we need. So remember our rules that complementary angles make a right angle, supplementary angles make a straight line, vertical angles are across from the intersection of two lines, and they are congruent, they have the same measure. And then triangles, inside the triangle, these 3 angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. And you might be starting to look at B, C, and H and be like, there's a million infinite possibilities of numbers that will add up to be 180. So, do I just divide by 3? Well, no, you got to take context from everywhere else. So start with what you know, and then identify an angle pair. So like this one, those are congruent angles because they are vertical angles. So angle B is 38 degrees. And I like to mark on my actual puzzle so that I can see what's happening there. And then these two, so here's a 90-degree angle, which means that these two have to be a 90-degree angle. Does it mean that those do as well? No, because this is not a set of perpendicular lines. This segment is, or this ray is starting at that intersection point. So that does not mean that G is 90 as well. But anyway, these two add up to be 90 degrees, and so if 38 plus A is 90. Remember, I do this for a reason. When we start putting algebra in with the angle measures like we're going to do tomorrow, is going to be very helpful to have this set up. Anyway, so we're going to subtract 38 from both sides, and that's just like a little bit under 40, so I guess that's going to be 52. So A is 52. Okay. And then let's look at G. G and B together make this nice straight line. If you remember, Jaden, it's the isostraight stuff. Yeah, you guys got it. So 38 plus G is going to be 180 degrees. And so we're going to subtract 38 from both sides, and we're going to get G is, give me a second. Give me a second, I got this. 142. Okay, so G is 142. That makes sense, right? Yeah, because 90 and 52, it's also that. Okay, good. All right, so that's here, 142. Nice. So now that's pretty much all that we can do in this immediate area right here. So let's move on to the triangle. Do I have enough information in the triangle to do stuff yet? Well, if all 3 of these are going to add up to 180, I only know one of them, so no, I don't have enough information yet. But let's look at this this intersection X over here. The intersections are very easy to get if you have one of the numbers, because the opposite ones are going to be the exact same as each other. And the ones right next door are going to be supplementary. They're going to be adding up to be 180. So these two are congruent, and so that means that angle I is also 108. And then these two right here are, again, a linear pair or supplementary angles, and so 108 plus J is 180. And then we'll subtract 108 from both sides, and we get J is 72. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, we're going to call that right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, sorry, it's first thing in the morning for me too, so I'm operating on some sleep, I guess. So I guess I put J there, right? So 72 is J, but also 72 is going to be H because they are vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. They have the same measure. So J and H are both going to be 72 degrees. So now I've got two angles in my triangle because up here I've got nothing going on in the intersection in that X in the set of vertical angles. So I need to figure out one of these, and the easiest one to figure out is C because, oh dear, I need tissue. There we go. Because 38 plus 72 plus C is going to be 180 degrees. All of the angles inside of a triangle will add to be 180. So 38 and 72 is going to be 110. So that's 180 degrees. No, that's not right. Sorry. Plus C. I forgot that. Like I said, it's morning. I haven't had my coffee yet. Give me a minute. And so we're going to subtract 110 from both sides. And we're going to get C equals 70 degrees. And so if C is 70, then D will also be 70 because they are vertical angles. Lastly, we've got this linear pair right here. So F and C, F plus C is going to be 180. So F plus 70 is 180. And if I subtract 70 from both sides, I get 110. So that's 110, and this is 110. All right. If you have any questions, please make sure that you email or Google chat me. This morning I have to run around really quick, but I will have my phone and I will be back at home before 10 o'clock. And so if you email me, I will definitely be able to respond to you. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We are going to move on to angles in algebra, and it's going to be basic step-by-step stuff. One clarification, whenever I say mastery on IXL, I mean that to be getting a SMART score of 80. And I'm starting to feel like I was looking on IXL, and it appears to be that they define mastery as perfect 100. So in all my years teaching, mastery has always been at 80%. So that kind of threw me off. Sorry about that if there's a misunderstanding. But yeah, just making sure that you have 80% of the skill down. That's amazing, especially with what we're doing. So you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.